Hi, I am Mitanaya, and today is Sunday, and the date is 28th of November. 28th November, and I will tell about beautiful gardens, about gardens, and now I'm starting now. Garden is really very well placed. Everybody means most of the people like to make garden, flower garden or fruit garden, different garden means and some people also some there is some gardens in the home. Some people also like to make garden in their home, and it's not bad habit, it's good. And I like it most. And I also like to make garden, flower garden. Flower garden, you can make a flower garden so easily. Some people, you can make a garden shortly or bigly, but you can make a garden. It can flower or fruit garden. Some people make a garden, flower garden in the roof. I like to plant trees, means I like to plant different flower trees. And flower trees, it's really very easy to plant flower trees, especially flower trees, and it also easy to plant the fruit trees. But when I am planting a fruit trees, then it need a big place for growing up. But if I plant flower trees, then it will not, it will not take, means it don't need to take so much place for growing up. It can grow up in small place also. Every If I want to plant any trees, then it need big place for growing up. But still if I plant the flower trees, then it will not need, it will not need big place for growing up. So that's why I like to plant flower, fruit trees both. And when I was child, then even now, even I don't get so much time now. But when I was child, I have a friend in my locality, and she also like to plant trees. She also have this habit, for planting trees. And when we were child, then we planted trees. It was a kind of game to us. Um, when I when I was child, then I also played with her. And we as a game, it was kind of game, it was a part of our game, to plant a tree. We like to plant a tree, flower top. We at first we collect soil from our locality, or sometime we went another locality for collecting soil, means uh, for collecting soil, for getting soil. And soil is very very necessary for planting trees. If I don't give soil, then it will never grow up. So that's why soil is most necessary for planting trees. And soil also have some part. So every tree cannot grow up in every soil, on every soil. So that's why we need to give proper soil for planting trees. But it was a big problem. We did not get proper soil for planting trees. So that's why we cannot do it properly. We did not get any proper soil when we plant trees. It's a soil, we get soil lots, amount, means lots, we get soil more. But it was not appropriate for planting trees, means there is some reason, or there is some features of soils, features of trees. Every trees cannot grow up in same soil, like that a geographical process. There is a geographical process, means like that. So that's why um, we cannot plant trees properly, but we tried lot for planting trees. Sometime we own, sometime we could not win in our plan, could not success, could not get did not get success in our plan. But we tried a lot for planting trees. We also collected flower top, um, and my mother also helped me a lot. My mother also like to plant trees. My mother also like to plant trees. And then especially my mother like to plant vegetables, tree of vegetable, like especially my mother like to plant a papaya tree, pumpkin tree, and my mother used to like to plant these types of trees. So that's why sometime my mother helped us for planting trees. My mother helped us a lot. And my mother also planted these types of trees, vegetable trees. And there also, it's not a garden, but you can say it was a garden. My mother made a garden. It's a small garden. You can say vegetable garden, small vegetable garden, and there had pumpkin tree, papaya tree, these types of tree my mother planted behind our home. There had some empty place, and there my mother made vegetable trees. But now we don't have any tree. Now we don't have any garden. But I still like to have garden. And most of the people like to plant trees. And where you start to plant trees, it will become a garden by itself automatically, means it will become garden automatically. So that's why it's not so tough to make a garden. And garden, flower garden or fruits garden is it's really very good for everyone, means everybody should keep a garden in their home or in their roof, means make garden, flower garden or fruit garden in their home. Because if we plant any garden, if we make a garden of flower, or then we will get lots of flower from different trees. And we don't need to go any flower shop for buying any flowers. Especially, means everybody, most of the people need flower every day for giving worship. So that's why if we plant any flower trees, means if we make a flower garden in our home, then we can get a flower for worshipping so easily. We don't need to go outside for buying flower. So and some neighbors, there is some neighbors who plant some flower trees. And we also get help from, means we take flower from their trees. And ev- everywhere we can see lots of flower trees. But sometime everybody don't give permission for picking the flower from trees. Means some people also don't like to pick flower from the trees. So that's why if we have our own garden, own flower garden, oh, then anybody who cannot tell us anything. We can get flowers so easily from our shop, from our garden. And fruit garden is also good. We can get lots of fruits from trees. Like some people plant jackfruit, mango trees in their home. But I told before that if we plant a fruit trees, then it take lots of place for growing up. So we have to give so we have to give big places for planting these types of trees, like jackfruit trees, then mango trees, and these mango trees, jackfruit trees, the banana trees, it's a common trees. We can see these types of trees in someone's home, especially some neighbors also have this plant, these trees. And there is a mango tree in my in front of my home, and it's not our tree, it's the tree of our neighbor. It's mango tree. And we get during summer season we get mango from this tree, and the mango is really very delicious. Means we get very tasty mango from this tree. Means its taste is a little different. Means because we are not giving any artificial things. Means because we don't give any pesticides in this tree. Means this tree grow up by itself, and this tree also give fruits by itself. We don't use any we don't apply any pesticides on these trees. And it's really very well. We get lots of mangoes during summer season from these trees. And there also had banana trees beside our home. And this banana trees is not our, it's our neighbors trees. But for this amphan, for this storm, this tree broken for this pandemic situation. But banana tree is really very helpful tree, because we can get this the leaf of banana tree is helpful. And we also get fruits also from these trees. And we sometime I told before that banana leaves also come lots of work. And sometimes we also get banana leaves from this tree very easily. We don't go outside, means we don't need to go shop for buying it. But for this storm, for this during this pandemic situation, when we faced a storm, then lots of tree broken. And during this time lots of people face lots of problems. And anyway, but this tree planting is really very good thing. So make a garden is really very well things. And I like it most. And some people also like to make vegetable garden. Means pumpkin trees, papaya trees, these types of trees they like to plant. Like my mother also like to plant these types of trees. And my mother also like to plant these types of trees. And vegetable trees is also helpful. We don't we have to keep patience. If we plant any pumpkin trees or papaya trees, then we have to keep patience for growing them. For it will grow up definitely, but we have to give some time for growing. After that they will give fruit. After that we will get fruit. And and uh, and I also like to eat vegetable. Sometimes some vegetable I also like to eat, like pumpkin is I eat pumpkin. But little not so much I don't like to eat so much pumpkin. But it also vegetable. And then some people also like to plant it. Some people also like to plant chili tree is also very popular tree. And if we plant a chili tree, then it does not take so much place for growing. It take little place. You can plant a chili tree in the roof of your home, of your house. It don't take so much place. I saw it. And if we go in rural area, if we go in rural area, then we can see lots of gardens of flower, fruits, vegetables. We can see it, especially if we go to the rural area, then we can see the garden of vegetable. There is lots of garden of vegetable. And my maternal uncle's house is in rural area, so that's why sometime I go to my maternal uncle's house, and there is lots of vegetable garden. And there is lots of trees. And everybody get authentic fruits from these trees. And in proper quantity, means they don't need to buy any fruits from shop. Sorry, they don't need to buy any vegetable from shop. They cultivate these vegetables in field. They has their own land, and in this land they cultivate these types of vegetables. And they make a garden, beautiful garden, means it became a garden of vegetable. And I also like to see this garden. And it's really very well placed. When I go to my maternal uncle's house, and I go to the garden, means there is one place, one field. This field is really very big field. My maternal uncle's house is in rural area, and there everybody has their own land. And in this land they cultivate different types of vegetables, different types of fruits also. Especially vegetables, they don't need to go outside, especially they don't need to go in shop um, for buying any vegetables. Even they sell vegetables in shop to shop. Means they get lots of vegetables from these trees. And everybody has big land, and there is a place there has a place. And it's a big field. Um, and this field and this field, everybody in this field, everybody has their own land. And this field is really very big. And if you go this field, then you can see paddy field also. Paddy field you can see also. And everywhere look really very nice. And everywhere, uh, everybody has boundary of their land. Anybody cannot go anyone's boundary, anyone's land. And anybody cannot pick any flower, or anybody cannot pick any vegetables from tree. And everybody's land situated in one place. And you can go this field, you can go this place for wandering, but you cannot pick any fruits or vegetables. It's restricted. If anybody see you, then they will not spare you. Because they cultivate these vegetables, they cultivate these fruits, to do lots of work, to do hard work. It's not so easy to cultivate vegetables in a big field. Some people means it also the it is the um, some people depend on this fruit, depend on these vegetables, means they sell these vegetables on different shop, and then they continue their life. It's their profession, we can say it's their profession, so that's why it's restricted. You cannot even you and everywhere look really very beautiful. If you go to the field, then and you will get fresh air also in this place. In this place you will get lots of fresh air, this authentic place. You will get lots of things. And there is there vegetable gardens, and you can see also fruit garden also. And in these fruit gardens you will get lots of fruits. And flower garden, you can also see the flower garden, but not so much flower garden. Two or three trees of flower, two no, five six trees. Even you can see the garden of tamarind trees. Tamarind trees, you can see the garden of tamarind trees. And I also like to collect tamarind trees. I like to eat tamarind. Then pickle, means tamarind pickle. I like to eat tamarind pickle, but so tamarind, raw tamarind I like to eat most. And when I go to my maternal uncle's house, then I enjoy a lot to go to this field. And so that's why and it's and they really they make garden of flower fruits, sorry, they make a garden of fruits, vegetables. And it's not possible for us to make a garden like them, because we don't have so much space for planting garden, for making a garden. We can plant two or one or two trees of vegetables, or for of trees of fruits. But and which place we will plant trees or vegetables, this place will become a garden automatically. So these things I like most. And I also like to help them who want to plant trees. And it's a really very good things. Some people's hobby is planting trees, like I also, my hobby is planting tree, means I like to plant trees, and make a garden. And everybody should plant one or two trees in their home. And it also increase the beauty of our home. It will increase the beauty of our home also. If we plant the flower trees in the roof, then it will increase the beauty of our roof. So everybody should plant trees, one or two, minimum one or two trees. And flower trees, we can plant flower trees anywhere. It's not so tough.